There you go, some salt's gone in. Hi guys, how are you? This is literally 25 minutes after I did my harvest for the year, and on the conclusion on that one, I'm not having these fish out again like I did this year and like I did last year and the year before. Stopping that because 3 of them have lost some scales. One of them fucking jumped out. One of them, my koi sock handle broke off, come out in the net, damaged one of them. So the salt's gone in, they're all back covered up, they're looking happy enough. I'm going to keep the food off today. The salt's gone in, look, you can see that patch there, it's already at about 0.2, there's only a few kilo in there, so it's not going to raise it that much. I'm only going to get it to about 0.3, then leave them there this winter and hope that that is enough that they will recover with no trouble at all and no lasting harm. Now, the problem I've got though is the temperature is now 16.9 to let's say 17, so they are not at the best temperature to bloody eel. So I may end up getting them out of there and putting them in this one, because this pond now, there's an update, has got a heater on it, and this is kept at 19 degrees at the minute. So this one is 2 degrees warmer, that one's 2 degrees warmer. So actually them ones that had them knocks would be better off in here. But this has got these fish in here. Got my Tamasaba, little fatty piggies, 6 of them. It's got a Matsuba that got some fungus on its head in the cool pond in the winter. You know, it's been struggling for a couple of years, but it's in here now healing. And then that bloody NND Shiro that's not growing. See if I can get some food in there. It has got a bit more dominant whilst in there, but it's still a bit of a slow one. So there you go. They're happy. Now, what I want to say is, if you've not seen the Koi Snacks giveaway, the person that won that has not claimed them yet. They've not contacted me or anything. So I'm not going to push this too much. If you've not, so just as a warning, guys, go back and look at that video. It will be probably the last one or the one before that. And at the end of the video, my wife, I did a little short video. I did a voiceover. And you'll see her scroll down and she taps one and we read the name out, or I do. If you were that person, get in contact. This is your last shout out. This is it. If I'm not got contact within a week of this video going out, so a week after this going out, they are going to be given away to somebody else. Okay? If I don't get rid of them, I'll have the buggers. Can't get rid of them, I'll keep the swines. Anyway, so salt's in there, you see, I've lobbed it in. No, I'm mixing it around with anything. Let's see what the actual salt percentage is at the minute. It's only 0.13 according to that. So that should, once that dissolves, the beauty about just throwing it in, guys, as you can see it there, look at the bottom of the pond. It slowly dissolves. Whereas if you dissolve it in water, you've already dissolved it, so it's an immediate impact. You pour it in, it slowly increases the salinity of the water, which I think is quite clever really. So anyway, that's them, that's that. Right, what else have I got to say? Another little bargain I got. Look at this lot. Facebook Marketplace, some of you know I've got two Facebook groups. Friendly Koi Keepers, only 14,000 members on there now. And then Friendly Koi Keepers Buy and Sell. Now on that group, someone was going to sell these little products, and I just digress, PP. I PP'd my pond. Some of them are looking really sulky and flashing, jumping, and I thought, I know you're going to slate me for it, but I don't care. I know what I'm doing. I PP'd them twice before winter sets in. They look so much better. I PP'd the pond, quite a high strength. They're looking mint, so hopefully now they're ready for winter, going into winter without any parasites, because I suspect that there's a parasites in there, but they're looking great now. But anyway, I didn't take any chances, and based on my experience, I went in there with it. So that one, so digressing from there, PP, I was going to buy some more, some Absolute Plus, 250 grams of it, but it's about $16.99. So anyway, went on Facebook, saw this guy, this koi keeper selling a load of products like test kits and stuff. £25 delivered. What do you think to this little orc? I think it's mega. Quarter of a bottle dechlorinator. Whole tub, there's only 1 or 2 out of this gone. Let me show you. a Virkon, which I don't really use anymore, but that's quite expensive. I think that's about 20 quid on its own. And here we go, this is why I bought it, because I was going to buy some of this. That feels like nearly a full bag. That's what I've got. I've run out 250 gram. In the bag, in the kit as well, there's more potassium permanganate. Good dates on them as well, really good dates. So more potassium permanganate. Oops, there's quite a bit in there as well, so I've probably got about 500 gram of potassium permanganate. And then I'm not going to get them all out. O2 test kit. I don't really bother testing O2 anymore. I used to have one of them, but, and some ulcer swab. There's a good quarter in there. What else we got? Sodium thiosulfate. I've got some of that anyway, but there's a little bit left in there. And then I've got this little bag of ammonia, nitrite, what else? KH, pH. Yeah, and the really good dates on them. 2020. Let's have a look. Expires. 2029 on the ammonia on that one. On the nitrite, that's like feels half full. So yeah, £25. What a bargain. And there's a little bit of koi calm as well, which I've used when I was doing the bloody koi harvest, disastrous koi harvest this year. And I'd literally just bought 3 KH test kit, $18.99 for 3. And in there, he's got one in there as well that he gave me. So, £25, what a bargain. I'd have spent probably $16.99 just on the PP. So I'm about to just order some, I thought, just have a look at my Facebook group. Boom, messaged him, delivered it, £25 total, including delivery, job's a good one. So I'm just looking at these koi now, and they're looking settled actually after that. But I'm still having them out in the future. I'm not doing it. Moving bed's looking great. That's just ticking over nicely. All my own fresh brew PSB is now gone. I've used it all, and I'll do some more next year. Oh, I've got my RO going there, look. So let's just have a look. So I'm done in here. So get that salt up to get them sorted. That's them in there. Pump's whacking some speed out on there now, getting that circulation going. Quite a bit of food going in this now. What I do now, every time I come in, I put it onto the feeding section. Just wait till it drops out a little bit. Oops. And then do that, and then they come up, start feeding. The Tamasab are going at it, greedy buggers. And then there's the NND Shiro, look, feeding. That's 1 pellet it's had already. 2, 3, 4. That's had 4 pellets in that quick succession, look. Then it swims off. But that's the one that was really shy feeder with the other 2. Now this lighter stuff is the Saki White and a bit of the floating, but a lot of it is the Saki White. Tamasaba shit, I've noticed they shit a lot. Like goldfish do, type fish do. So let me take you up to the main pond. I've got all my stuff. What I do as well, whenever I get nets out and stuff, especially in winter and summer, I let them out here to air dry. Really dry, crisp, bony. And I just think, in my brain, it's a bit like sterilising them as well. I don't know where it is. Look at me grass as well. Look at me grass. This was nothing bare. I might put a little video, picture of it. Look at that. I scarified it. Put some seed on it. Put some topsoil in places. I got 5 bags of topsoil. Reseeded that. Look, that's been reseeded. Hate this time here, and it's all wet. And then here, look at that. It looks beautiful. Ready for a cut. The second cut. It looks lush. We're not going to stand on it because it's only been. Look at that. So that's going to all get cut down soon, get cut back. we'll go this way. And it's all autumn is in the air. So what I've got to do as well, I've got to, the Nutrimare that I've got left, I've got a bag of sinking 15 kilo and I've got 7.5 kilo of floating. I've got to mix them both together and I can put some in the hopper for the season to come, and then I can get some, because I've got, that's all I've got left now. They've been absolutely hammered. So let's have a look at this pond, because I don't normally get in to show you this pond, and here we are. With the water clarity. Absolutely lovely. The body shapes on these are doing well as well. This is only, oh, my battery's gone, look. I bet this is only 15 degrees now at the moment. So yeah, they're retaining the body shapes. They're not going to get much growth, because even though we've had this really hot summer, if I'm honest with you, I don't recall this really consistently being 23, 24 degrees like the indoor koi. Now that shower there, look, it's got a load of heat, the red on top of its back, loads of it that's come up. That was just meant to be a tancho, so that bloody failed. That's now a shower, and this is what happens with a lot of your koi. But yeah, a couple of weeks ago there was a bit of thrashing and that going on, and a couple of them were sulking. I don't know if it was the weather conditions, it may well have been, but I thought, I'm not taking no conditions, I'm not stressing them, taking them out and getting them a scrape. I'm just going to hit them with PP. So I used to do it every spring and every autumn. I used to do it before the filter got started, even without scrapes, just used to do it as a treat, as a regiment, and then every autumn before they went into winter. Because there's no getting around it, koi and carp are like linked. They're just always there, they will be. It's just whether or not the immune system goes down and they get a bit of a break out of an illness. So I thought, right, get in there quick, get the PP in. I did it on the Saturday, did it on the Sunday, and boom, done. I'm not advocating you do that, by the way. So there we go. Looking pretty good. Waste is looking pretty decent. And this, by the way, this is only a little square brush box with 3-4 brushes in, so the actual mechanical filtration is pretty poor, really. It really is. So, and it's only running at 5,000 litres, so it's not got a lot of pull. So the bottom drain don't really, it's just passing water, it's not really pulling a load of water, which if I did pond build again, I would have a bottom drain pulling simply waste, just flashing it as much as I can get. But yeah, I'm happy enough. There's a bit of floating waste in there, but the condition of the koi is looking good. I mean, that chagoid, female chagoid, right little fatty, that one, look, she's a bit of a fat beast. But all the others are looking good. So yeah, that shower, I'm going to shut that down soon, so in preparation for winter, that's going to get turned off, and I'm going to hose it all out inside, leave it dry, start it off again next year. So I'll leave that as long as I possibly can. So I've got a feeling there's a bit of muck in there. I did that in spring, and that's going to get a good clean out. And then, I said I weren't going to walk on this, but I am. The lilies are now dying back, they're going to get cut back. All this will get cut back soon. The lilies have been cut back there. Aces are looking great, look how red that is. But yeah, that is nice. This was only topped up, there's a little bit of food left in there. That goes off 3 or 4 times a day. I'm setting 3 or 4, I think. Yeah, I'm happy enough with it. I leave the net up unless it gets really windy or snow comes out, and then I unhook it off the new post I put in, and then I literally hook it over my shower so it just retains a bit of, not warmth, but it just covers it up and keeps it hanging on there. You'll see a few of these, see if they come up. I've got to go mix my food up now in my greenhouse, down the bottom. Here it is, the Nutrimare 360 growing sink, and you'll see, I love the sink. Yeah, I'm getting excited now. Look, they've just disturbed a bit of waste in this corner. I can see it floating about a little bit in this corner. Getting excited, let's just throw some of that in. Yeah, I much prefer this sinking. Here we go. Little goldfish. Had that for ages. Can't bear to get rid of it. But anyway, a lot of these fish in here, really I could do with offloading, to be honest with you, because they aren't, I've got, you know, you progress in the hobby, and these aren't the highest quality koi, but I love the Chagoi. Just feeds out your hand, so I'd never get rid of that one. I like the Kajaku, but all the rest, you know, sad as it might sound, they are taking up space, of which in the future if I do buy better higher quality koi, maybe females or really high quality large males at minimum, then I could do with getting rid of them all really. Here's a Kikikuryu, really nice, a Polish koi. So yeah, but these are in my main pond outside, and then all the other ones down in my greenhouse I tend to leave them in there because they grow more. These might just put through a few CM on and that's it, but they don't grow a lot at all. They just don't get the temperatures. I mean, that Chagoi was a bit of a beast when I got it about 4 years ago now, and that don't seem to have grown much. So yeah, it's really tough in an unheated pond outdoors. But I suppose, in a way, if you want to retain koi at a, you know, smaller size, it's probably the way to go, I suppose, and just focus on condition. Because they can get a bit scary when they get a bit big koi, especially handling them. So, on that note, if you are the person that won that snacks, get in touch, message me, and I'll send them you free. No postage, nothing, absolutely free. Garden's looking a bit overgrown. The bees are out. I've not harvested any honey this year. They can keep it. So I want to get them strong. I've only got 2 colonies left. That one died out, and then a bloody mouse started nested in there. I had about 6 babies before I went on holiday, so I've tipped it up. It's been like that for a couple of months now. But yeah, they're out because it's mild today. Autumn colours are lovely here, growing everywhere, so I've got lots of cutting back to do. I don't want to do with the air source heat pump now. I think I'm going to have to invest in a proper one and not waste my money on mini ones or stuff like that. So moral of this story, guys, now I'm talking of air source heat pump, don't waste your money on mini air source heat pumps. Just get an air source heat pump. If you're going the heat route, get a decent one, and you won't regret it. So back in here, it's lovely coming back in here when you've been outside. It's lovely. It must be 5 degrees warmer in here today. Let's have a look at the koi, see if they've settled down. The salt's dissolved a bit now, look. Here they are. This is about 45 minutes after them coming out. I'll tell you what I will do is I'm going to leave you there for a few minutes just to conclude this video, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see much, but I'm going to get my I've got a Koi Medic pen. These are Ace for measuring salt percentage, but I've also got one of these, but the actual pH has failed on this. Terrible for pH, a lot of pens are, but if I put this on salt, we can do a comparison if you like. There's the percentage for salt, so I'll use that and I'll use that to see what readings they both get, because this is, if you want a cheap salt pen, then I think these are pretty good, but let's cross-reference them both. Let's have a look. So wait there. Go on, Koi Medic, right. Koi Medic set. So, that one is saying 0.18, and that one, the Koi Medic, is saying 0.21. Now, neither has been calibrated. Neither of them. So you should really calibrate them, but I haven't. So let's say it's 0.2. So I think they've got an error, minus and plus. both of them are probably like 0.3 or something like that. So let's assume it's about 0.2. You're not going to go far wrong with that. So if you're aiming for 0.3 and you're getting 0.33, you're fine. If you're aiming for 0.2 and you're getting 0.23, you're fine. If you're aiming for 0.1 and you're getting 0.15, you're fine. Don't need to be too massively accurate with salt percentage. So that is, there you go. Oh, there might be a bit of interest. I'm at 0.21. So I might need to get some more salt and get this up to 0.3 if they don't look like they are recovering, or they look bruised and a bit, you know. I'm gonna have to get them ones that lost the scales, especially the big golden corn, which is now turning into a bit of a beast. That one might need to come out and go in there. I don't know, I'll have to see, but I'm hoping that the salt in there at 0.2 will be enough. They're perusing round now, they look happy enough. Like I say, food's going to stop off today for them to recover, and then I'll get the food hopper on tomorrow. And then these have had 21 feeds per day. These have been on 21 feeds per day, divided by 8 intervals. If that makes sense. 16 grams. So they've been fed at about 300 gram per day. 300, about the maximum I hit was about 330 gram, I think, a day in this pond. And I've not had no nitrite issues or ammonia this year. Yeah, I've been getting sniffs, as you do, but I've rid through them sniffs. I think the maximum I've had in nitrite was 0.5. Nothing silly like you see. So my moving bed's doing great, the Kintama Gold's obviously doing great, and coping, getting that balance, and there you go. So on that note, bit of an overview with a few things. See you on the next one. If you're a subscriber, thanks for the subscription. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscription button, please hit the like button, and drop a comment below. See you on the next one.